here for our weekly volleyball press conference with Associate Head Coach Chuck Ray. Coach, Miami went on the road and kept rolling last weekend. First was a pretty dominating win over Toledo, and that was followed by a tighter match against Ball State, but the Redhawks were able to come out on top in 4. What were the keys to the wins?
Yeah, it was a great weekend for us, and I think some of the obvious, at least statistical things, was Katie Tomasek. She played really well this past weekend, and that's typically what she does. She's very consistent in what she does, and we expect a lot of good things out of her, and she always comes through for us. And again, it was nice to have our 6-2 back together, and this is now our second weekend where it's back together and able to certainly get a little bit more momentum, kind of get our rhythm together. I feel that our offense was rolling a little bit more with Mackenzie back there. But I can say that defensively, we really stepped it up this weekend, covered the floor very, very well. Maeve McDonald, who's been great all year, and actually all 4 years she's been here, certainly is a key to setting up our defense that Brian's been putting together for us. And in the front row as well, too. I mean, Meredith Stutz did another nice job with blocking this weekend. Margaret Payne is getting better and learning how to block in the middle. And our pin blockers, they've been moving around and doing some really nice reads on blocking some of these big key outside hitters for teams. And Toledo's got some great hitters, and we did a nice job shutting them down on I guess it was Friday night. And then, Saturday, I think the team in a lot of ways rallied around Morgan. It was a big match for her because her sister was playing the other side, and it was nice to see that our players were really supporting her and giving her a lot of extra help. And Morgan set a great match, and she really rose to the occasion and the challenge. So, it was a really fun weekend in that weekend, but I can tell you that probably I'd say our unsung heroes, the ones that probably don't get as much notoriety, those that are in the practice all the time and constantly pushing, Courtney Bemis and Katie Coverdale, our seniors that haven't seen as much time as late, but they could as the season continues to progress. But constantly giving great feedback. They are constantly involved in every practice. They're constantly involved in every scouting report for us. They give, really good feedback to the younger ones, and they're helping each other out. And even the freshmen that don't get a whole lot, the support that they give to each other. And when we're on the road, just the camaraderie and the team that we have together, it's a fun group to coach. And you got to give a lot to those people that don't get, the notorieties often.
Right. You mentioned Maeve McDonald. She hit another milestone with a 2,000th dig on Saturday. Well, I know your job is focusing on coaching the Miami's offense. How does having someone like McDonald in the backcourt make your job easier?
I guess we gotta get another ball made up for her, and that's pretty awesome. Maeve is very special. She's always had this touch in her platform, and she has incredible reads in the game. And on top of that, she's really smart. She's really intelligent out there. And so you put the game plan in front of her. Brian puts together where she needs to be in different situations and against certain hitters. And she remembers those things in all 6 rotations against all different hitters that are against you. And to have that mind with the athleticism that she has, it makes her very, very special. And that's why we're fortunate to have, the first in Miami's history to have 2,000 digs. And as she came in here as a freshman, she's only improved every year. And it's a great honor for her, and a lot for the supporting staff behind her, too. Those that she passes next to, and those blockers up front, she gives a lot of direction to help herself out. And it's great for her.
First up this week is a trip to Bowling Green with first place on the line. The Falcons have been the surprise of the league, winning 8 of their last 9 since opening up against Miami 5 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. What has been the key to their turnaround?
Bowling Green the last few years, not just this year, has been a defensive-focused team. And they did lose a really nice hitter last year, as well as a libero that I believe had the most digs in all of NCAA last year, which is quite an accomplishment. So for them to replace those 2 particular players and to continue to roll it the way they're rolling, it's a great job of their coaching staff. And their libero that's in there, she is always and consistently one of the top diggers each weekend. And because their defense is so good, they continue to win some matches. And it is a little bit more of a surprise to the MAC overall, but I don't think to us that they're playing so well. They do have only one senior, and she's leading her team in kills right now. But the rest of the supporting staff, they have some experience. They've been around. Their setter was, I believe, named Setter of the Year last year in our conference, if there's one of those statistics or not. But with her leading and that the defense behind there, they're a great team, and it's going to be a lot of fun to go up there on Thursday and play them at their place.
All right. Next up is a trip to Northern Illinois. The Huskies seem to have turned things around after playing a very brutal non-conference schedule. However, this is a much different team than the one that Miami faced in the MAC championship last year. So what can we expect from NIU?
Yeah, sure. NIU did lose 4 seniors, and a lot of those seniors did have starting roles for them last year. And, we lost 3 seniors that had starting roles last year as well, too. So in some ways, we might seem like the same team as last year, but we're certainly not with the supporting cast that we have on our side. Northern's always a tough place to play, and their gym is usually really loud, but we have put together our non-conference preseason schedule to really kind of emulate or simulate what some of those gyms like at Northern would be like. South Carolina has a smaller gym that is really loud, like Northern's can get as well too, and it's always a tough place to play. They've got a new outside that's been really almost leading the conference some weekends in kills per set, and it's somebody we need to pay a lot of attention to. Their middle, Meg Wolowitz, who was their M2 last year, is now their M1. She's been doing a really nice role in the middle, and coincidentally or ironically, however you want to look at it, their other middle is Jordy Radke, who is the younger sister of the Player of the Year last year in the conference. So she may be young, but she certainly has some big shoes to fill over there, and she's doing a nice job as well too. And Ray is a quality coach. He's a great guy. I've known him for a long, long time, and he always has great scouting reports. He does his homework as his whole staff does, and so we'll have to make sure that we're playing at the top of our game. It's an interesting weekend for us, being that we're going to be playing Thursday and Saturday, and we'll be on the road for almost, I guess it's 3 nights, 4 days, so to speak. So it's a good trip, and hopefully we can continue what we're doing with our side of the net.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck this week.
Great. Thanks, Mike.